Producer Priddle, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to ya.
Woo. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
You'll be happy to know your body's not getting modified in any kind of way.
Yeah.
Episode 12.
Way.
Thought we might not get there, but we're here.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Just about.
Just about. Just to start off with, we want to just start by celebrating Rob for a moment.
Oh, let's.
It took a lot of convincing.
Yeah.
Sorry. She loves you so much. She's willing to. She's like, you've taken her breath away.
Do you know what? She's into amateur dramatics so much that she has to die dramatically.
Right, let Rob have his moment.
Absolutely not. Sorry, go on.
You may, if we've got these clips out, and if you've seen any of the clips before, we have got you a cake, Rob.
Oh,
and you'll notice
you
as well, it's substantially nicer than our one. We had that running joke with our birthdays where we had that really
winged
teeny
Victoria
tiny
sponge thing.
super shit cake from the corner shop.
The butterfly.
That's prestige.
Do you know what? That's
That is a
quite
cookies and
bougie,
cream.
really.
That's a bit. And it's because you are
Not
better than all of us
candle, but
combined.
a good.
I do remember the candle.
Do you know the worst bit is, yeah? Lucy told me, because it's a pack of 2.
Yeah.
She said, you can have the other one. And I was grab it then. Oh, no, I've tried a bit now and I'm going to have it.
Cup of tea later. You think after this podcast I'm not taking that straight off?
Nice
Get
one,
into
Luce.
bed. Ooh, little blanket. Ooh, cup of tea. Oh, come on.
That's fine, but we also have a little gift for you.
Oh.
Because we love you.
Should I
And you
fling it?
deserve the world.
You can get off his fucking ass and come and get it.
Okay, good. I thought you were going to expect me to.
God.
So I'm going to open it now.
Yeah.
This is exciting.
It's exciting. I mean, it's lovely
It's a
vibes.
Rob
On my
present.
birthday, it was. You gave me an anxiety attack, is what you gave me.
Something
It's
about
Right,
you.
I'm
All
conscious
about you.
we've got audio listeners now, so I'm going to read
Oh,
this.
you
On the
wanna
front
just
of the
audio
card is happy
description?
birthday.
Rob opens the card.
And it's very much a me present.
Yeah,
Fair
do
play.
it.
So, yeah, the guys have got me a
Anal beads.
wonderful... There's no anal beads in this
But
package, no.
you could probably purchase some with your new.
Amazon gift voucher.
Yeah, for the man who has everything, but
Yeah.
orders 70,000 packages a day.
I'm not going to lie, I really did look because I was in Asda's
For
getting
anal
it.
beads.
No, well, I was hoping they had, I really wanted to get a Love Honey voucher or something.
You should have just got him a
Like,
cock ring or something.
they don't sell him in Asda's.
They do in
They-
Pound Shop.
They don't sell him in
They
Asda's.
definitely sell some sort of sex toy in Asda.
Yeah, they do.
What?
Cock
They
ring.
sell them in Boots now as well.
Yeah, they sell them
100%
both places.
because I once bought a cock ring for my Secret Santa.
I'm very grateful you
I
didn't
want
buy
to
me
buy
a
a cock
cock
ring
ring,
for
mind.
myself, that's
But
What, as if you wouldn't have fucking loved it, do you know what I mean?
You can buy yourself £30 worth of sex toys on Amazon.
Of course,
so
you
Yeah.
no problem at all.
Yeah.
Which, on the subject of sex toys, and just in general, I'm really enjoying that series 2 of the podcast has currently all been named to suggest it might be porn.
Yeah. Yeah, it really has.
We had a gentleman with anal beads,
yeah.
then a dripping man.
Jesus Christ.
I was reading something about tracksuit bottoms and men, right?
Okay.
And do you think it doesn't leave much for the imagination?
It depends if they've got something to leave to the imagination or
I
not.
was going to say, no imagination needed for mine. Can't see fuck all.
That's what I mean. It really depends.
No, isn't there a thing about
Grey
grey
tracksuit
grey
bottoms.
tracksuit
Yeah,
bottoms?
prison-
Tracksuit bottoms.
Prison bottoms.
Yeah.
And you can see it all.
Well,
only if
I've definitely got nothing to see then, because no one's ever mentioned a bulge to me.
whereas when I wear them, the crowd goes wild.
You have got a hell of a cock on you, to be fair.
It's huge.
I was going to say that.
Absolutely
But not
massive.
like the camel.
My hoof is popping. It really, really is. No, really massive. That's twice this week I've insinuated that I've got a dick. Once to you guys and once to somebody on Hinge.
Of course.
Fair. So, funny, and talking of the X episode,
Yeah.
just talking about dating apps and
Yeah,
that,
sure.
I've matched a few more people and they've all gone, I'm going to listen to the podcast. I'm
Oh,
God.
just maybe go straight to episode 11.
Yeah, I beg.
Yeah, please.
So are we not allowed to talk about Rob anymore then? Is that the rule?
No, well, we can. Rob, so we wanted to do a whole episode on Rob. I'm going to put you on blast for a
Yeah.
minute, Producer
Here we
Priddle.
go.
We wanted you right
We,
here.
we wanted you on the camera, on your mic, on the camera, doing what we've all done on our birthdays and been the star of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Because I don't know about you girls, but everybody that listens to the pod that I know has one question.
Yeah.
What's Producer Priddle like?
Yeah. Who is this mystery? This man?
Mystery,
This
the man with the
legend?
Yeah.
mystery. Everybody
You
wants to
have
know.
got such
fan
a
base.
fan base.
You really have.
It upsets me that I haven't even got a chunk of it. Right?
First question.
if that's remotely true, that's probably because I'm not in everyone's face. That's probably...
No, this
Yeah, but I've got people asking me, what's he look like? What's he do when he's not doing the pod? Like,
Yeah.
I can't even picture him. I don't imagine what he'd look like. I'm like, we've put pictures of him on the Instagram.
Yeah.
they just love you.
We've got people who want to do meet and greets with you.
To be honest, you could, we could just,
Shut the fuck up.
and just let Robert
Yeah.
take over.
Yeah.
No, but I've always said this is your guys' pod. So
It would be quite simply nothing without you, Rob. And I don't mean, I'm not just like saying that 'cause it's your birthday. I'm saying that because you wizard man, wizard technology man. Although he couldn't use my iPhone earlier, but that's fine. We'll let that slide.
Yeah, wild.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's wild.
you know,
The man has got. I'm currently looking at about 72 screens. You go one of those desktop things. It's lighting up as we speak. All the kit, right? And I handed him my iPhone, and he went, "Don't know."
I don't know.
What do you mean?
computer says no.
The computer says absolutely not.
But yeah, we wanted to do an episode on
Yeah.
Producer Priddle. Producer Priddle said he'd rather not. Which, do you know what? Is just him in...
Which sums you up, to be honest.
like, you don't want the limelight. You're just so humble.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Such a mystery.
I know. I love it though.
I just hope you know that if this podcast or when this podcast gets huge and we've got
Groupies.
our name everywhere, I'm selling so many stories on you.
Yeah. Watch
He's
that.
going to have so many groupies.
You've probably
Sorry.
got quite a few to tell.
Yeah.
She's gonna have some merch. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
In fact, we had a friend of the podcast, I'm gonna call you Anwen, was gonna come tonight and be a live studio audience for us. And her main reason for wanting to do that was, she's like, "Will Producer Priddle be there?" I was like,
get
"This
off.
shit."
Swear to- she said the same to me because I was giving her-
just to prove it.
Fantasy football tips.
Yeah, she actually was. She was like, "Producer Priddle be there," and I was like, this shit doesn't happen unless Producer Priddle is there for the entirety of it. There's no, I can't even put the fucking things in the mic because I don't know what's going on. So yes, he will be there. And she's like, I can't wait. What a mysterious man.
Wow.
Whoa.
Mysterious
My mum even
man.
asked.
Everybody does.
Churn
Everyone.
and cheat yourself.
Oh, speaking of,
Yeah.
go on, tell them about what happened earlier.
No, this is still about Producer
Yeah,
Priddle for a
it is.
moment. We will get onto my mum's habits in a bit.
No, my friends,
yes,
a lot of my friends were lucky because you rocked up at my birthday.
I did.
So
Do you
they
know
were,
what?
a lot
I
of them
know I've said this on another pod, but you put on an amazing garden
you
party.
Oh, I'm waiting for the next one.
I know.
Should we do it? Should we do
Genuinely.
so? The weather is genuinely shocking though. It's not
so
like,
bad.
because I was like, yeah, we're going to do it. I'm going to do a few because I was thinking I'd do a few with different circles. But there's literally not been the weather
No, it's
for
been
it.
For anyone who
It has
doesn't
been
know
shit.
Ellouise and is listening, imagine the Big Brother garden,
Yes.
and
Yes.
that was Elouise's.
Well,
Imagine putting
Love
Priddle in
Island.
it.
I passed comment, didn't I, when we were there? Because it was like so many different groups. I was like, at first, obviously, the more drunk people get, the more they all kind of start socializing. But at first, it was kind of like you're really like close friendship group, sat on the grass, all kind of just being really wholesome. Then there was like two of Lucy's mates
Feral.
sat on the beanbags.
It's so
Then
Big
there was like
Brother,
a
isn't it?
gazebo with like your theatre friends sat down.
Yeah.
Then there was just
Smoking
like
area.
Yeah.
Then there was like the like garden sofa, if you like, with just like the odds and sods of like this little group of 2 people, this group of 3 people. And like, obviously, as the night went on, more and more people got talking. But I said to, I think it was Rob at one point, I said, this is giving me Big Brother intro night vibes.
Yeah, it is.
100%.
It was like Love Island.
All that was missing was what I remember from Big Brother was Davina McCall. You know,
And also
Big Brother
day
house,
4
please
in
do
the
not
Big
swear. Yeah.
Brother household. Elouise is singing theatre songs
But like-
to the group.
Yeah.
She was. I've got many
Like-
videos of it.
We had the buffet, there was drinks flowing.
It was.
There was just like slowly people, so for us, a lot of people come on talking about the pod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then like there's that like you're breaking the ice with people. You got Ellie John running around like a blue ass fly.
Yeah.
And just like, and obviously the more the night went on,
That was amazing.
everyone started talking a bit more, and it was just like, it was nice, but it just had such...
And I've
like any fucking garden party would, of like loads of random groups, like any wedding, I guess. But
no,
when
I
there's
know,
a
but
big-
like I think I've said this before. Like when you go to a place and you might not know 70% of the people there, and you might have a little bit of anxiety before you go. You're like, oh god, will these people get on with me? I had not even a sniff of anxiety because I was like, there is no one person in this world that Ellouise would associate with that I wouldn't associate myself with as well. I was so trusting in your ability to surround yourself with good vibed people that I quite simply befriended every single person in there against their will, whether they wanted to or not. I was like, hello.
But that's because we are all good vibes. And particularly,
Yeah.
Rob, you're particularly a good vibe. And a lot of those people were bloody buzzing to have you there.
They really were.
They
And
were.
we love you so much.
I thoroughly enjoyed myself, I gotta be honest.
It's
I
amazing.
would like to have had a drink that night and kind of got
It
on
would
that
have been a
level.
safe
Yeah,
environment for you
no,
to
yeah,
go
and I
into.
do think it would have been.
Yeah.
And I think we discussed this on a pod before. Like, for me, that's a big thing that like, because I don't drink that much anymore.
Yeah.
For me, I think I said to Rob when we was there, like, the parties I'm used to going to are just a whole different bag.
Yeah, that was wholesome and nice.
If you pardon the pun.
Well, me and my husband done exactly the same thing. Like, he had a garden party at our house, but the vibes were like
Day and
totally
night, like-
different.
Really?
Like, so different. There was like this one guy, oh, bless him, sorry for calling you out. And they all like targeted him in all the drinking games, the Ring of Fire, everything. He was projectile vomiting. I was,
But was it
I
all
was-
mostly boys?
yeah.
That's just a lad culture thing.
Mm-hmm.
Even like, not that I think your husband's a lad, and if he's listening,
Sorry.
I don't think you are the epitome of lad culture. No offense at all.
No, you're a good
But
dude. That's
no,
why.
no. I'm not saying it in a bad way.
Yeah.
You just don't give off
You
lad
would say
culture
that.
vibes.
Do you know what?
However, sorry to keep going, Rob.
No, you're right.
However, I think any group of boys, it's the classic, and I don't want the feminists to come after me because of this. Boys will be boys.
Yeah, your testosterone
Do you know-
links up and you turn
Yeah,
into one
yeah,
big super
'cause-
dick.
Yeah, everyone wants to be the alpha. Do you know what I mean? And
Wow.
I'm so sorry. You specifically told me not to be a feminist, and I'm so sorry about
every male friendship group, and I've seen a TikTok about this before. Like, I think girls and women think that there's like a leader and there's this and it's not.
No,
There's such
no.
interchangeable roles. So like on that day, that boy would have just been getting it,
that. Oh,
and he would have just
Yeah,
been.
he was.
But yeah, but like, do you know, on another day, it's a different
he's the
person.
instigator.
Yeah. No, he would be like, and it's just because they're all comfortable together that they know. If anything, male friendship is built on bullying.
Oh gosh, man,
Are
are you
right?
okay?
Well-
No wonder you're so fucking. Oh,
I don't know.
angry
I
and
don't know
all the
about
time.
that.
Well,
I think
my
you-
friendship group
I
is.
think you're doing us a disservice, Charles.
Agreed. Producer Priddle would never bully anyone in his life. Look at him.
He's a good
Here he
man,
is.
though.
He's a good man. You're a good man.
But I was just going to say, your other half, he's a proper gent.
He is a gentleman.
With anal beads.
Yes,
No,
full circle.
He's not.
He is a gentleman, but he did spill a drink on me at your birthday, and I just couldn't take him seriously trying to apologise with his elf ears on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair.
Do you know what I mean?
I
He's like,
mean-
I'm so sorry, Charlie. I was like, just fuck off.
Do you know what? There's some moments in those parties where you just look across and you just see someone looking ridiculous.
Yeah, Rob, I'm going to level with you.
Yeah.
I went to the toilet, came back, you were full kit. You came in normally, I come back, you had wings on, someone's elf ears, I think a feather boa of some sort. I was like, having a good time, Rob. You're like, having a wonderful time. Of course you were.
The theme was fairies, wasn't it? Or
It was woodland.
Woodland.
Woodland whimsical shit.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
I thought
absolutely
I'd
11
just
out of 10.
embrace it.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Any excuse to flop my wings out, boys.
I've heard.
Yeah, you flaps out.
There you
Stella
go.
Louise's
I
wings to the
have
party.
heard.
Yeah,
Well,
listen.
I think what we've decided is as soon as we have a bit of good weather, I'm thinking like we're going into September. I'm hoping we're going to have a bit of good weather
You
there.
always have that September summer.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think we'll have a little garden party, yes, lot.
Yes,
At
please.
mine.
I think that would be wonderful.
Yeah, I think so. It'll be grand.
Yeah, let
And
us
we,
know.
New to that.
we'll have to film some of it. Just
Yeah.
some of
Just
it,
so
not
everyone
all of
can
it.
see.
Day one.
What, we're going to do a Talk 30 to me garden party?
Whoa.
That would be sick, mind. It'd
It
be a
would.
vibe.
Eloise.
I just don't know. I don't think I'm. The thing is, I'm in one of those new builds, and everyone's garden backs onto like everyone. So I don't think I can handle my lovely, lovely neighbours hearing the shit that comes out of our mouths.
What, you mean our number one listener?
Sorry, Anne.
Yeah, garden party would be sick. It would.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'll be wholesome, but, with
Wholesome.
an edge.
wholesome edgy.
And we are all going to be having a drink together because, oh no, you're not drinking, are you?
I'm still not.
At the
I'm not
wedding.
I will be.
We're going to the royal
I know, I'm
wedding.
driving you.
We're so,
The last wedding we went to, and this is what I'm stressed about, I had how many shots did I have? I think I had about 10, 15 shots.
Yeah.
Didn't think I was drunk. Got home. I was not okay.
this is a nice
Really?
full circle moment. The wedding that we are all attending,
Yeah.
which we would have attended by the time this episode's come out.
Yeah.
But the wedding that we're all going to, and we'll try and get a picture of us all dressed up because that'd be cool.
Yes, that's going to
Yeah.
be so sick.
Yeah.
Is the couple who were trying.
On
Are we allowed to say that?
on the first
Oh,
episode.
he fucking loves the fact that we said it.
On the first
fair, okay.
episode.
He fucking loves. Do you know?
So this
loads
is-
of people messaged me asking me if it was him, and I was like, I can't. And then he went into a meeting at work, and they were like, "Been trying of you," and he's like, "Fucking right, my man."
Oh, well, we'll see you when you're hitched.
So for
Yeah.
anyone who's listening in now for the first time, or they've come in probably from episode 6 or something. When was this a callback to?
Episode
episode.
1.
Episode 1.
So go back and listen. 17 minutes and 24 seconds in.
Is it?
I don't know, but that'd be fucking quality if it is.
Wow.
Do you know the Donald Duck sneeze that I do?
Yeah.
So I was picking my little boy up from his nan's the other day, and his baby sister was there, and he's like, "Oh, Dad, do a sneeze. She laughs." So I'm like, "All right then." So I bust out the.
Yeah.
She shit herself. Burst out crying. I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." Oh, and his nan and their nan was like, "Oh, don't worry, she's fine."
Oh.
And then when I see his mum next, and then my little boy was like, "Oh, Dad, do a sneeze." And I was like, "I ain't doing that again."
No.
And his mum was like, "No," because I did hear what happened last time.
Oh,
I was like, "Yo, listen, I wasn't trying to scare your kid."
no.
Oh, the nan dobbed you right in
No.
there.
No, my boy did.
Oh, God. Snakes.
Yeah,
Sometimes you live with them.
And then he
Oh.
tried to make you do it again.
Yeah, he's a little.
Oh, he is
Lovely
a
boy.
snake.
But yeah, so
Should we go on to the next segment?
yeah,
What this is
so
all
happy
about?
birthday, Rob.
Happy
Priddle.
birthday.
Thank you.
We love you. We wouldn't be here without you. We probably would have finished on episode 1 if you weren't involved.
Well, we did. Okay,
Well, we've got an episode that never came out, yeah.
an episode
Oh, we're telling the secret now.
that
The-
never came out. It was just the three of us. It was me, Lucy, and Charlie, and we gave it a good go.
We did. We all
2
started.
hours long it was.
Yeah, and the content was
content was
alright.
good.
Like it was alright,
Ropey
but
stuff.
it sounded
Yeah,
awful.
the quality was.
Yeah, but episode 1 that we released compared to the audio now
it's mad.
sounds
Yeah, the
mad.
first.
But that's because we bought new mics and stuff. But
Maybe
the
on our
first one,
Patreon one day.
yeah,
We'll release that one. We were all.
Don't
we were all-
tempt me.
We're all actually in Lucy's.
Yeah, I
in
know.
my-
I
in my
was
chat.
mad, and I spoke about how IVF stole my inheritance.
Yeah, and that was going to be the
That
name
was
of the,
such a good bit of content, man.
It really was. It
What
really
did
it
was.
get?
That was the name of the episode.
It was.
IVF stole
But
my
one
inheritance.
day, when we got a Patreon,
Release
we
that.
might release
That
it.
might actually get out there.
It looks
Yeah.
like it's filmed from the 80s as well because we did it on a GoPro.
We did.
It was like balanced on like books and stuff, and then my
And-
cat knocked
yeah.
it over. He was up absolutely at
And
everyone's grill.
that's when I saw his big bollocks for the first time.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
cut them off now. They've grown back, guys. What do we feel about that? Is that normal?
What?
No.
Yeah, they've grown back.
Fair play.
Yeah. When the
My
vet,
guy.
when I took my, I know, I'm so proud
He's
of
like,
them.
you want to chop my balls off? Absolutely fucking not. I grow some
No, have a
more.
go.
The lovely Polish vet lady, when I took him to get them chopped off, lifted up his tail and said,
Fucking hell.
"Good gracious," she said.
Yeah.
And I said, "What?" And she was like, "Very large." I said, "I know. I'm so proud of them." And then they grew
Extra money.
back. I did ask, could I keep them? And then I put
Pickle
them.
them like.
No, I was going to put them like fluffy dice in my car.
Of course she was.
Anyway, today's pod subject, because we've been talking for.
Mostly about Rob, and nobody
yeah.
can blame us.
I feel like, yeah, who can blame us?
It'd be true if we talked a lot about Rob and that, but no, we kept bringing it back to ourselves.
That's,
You know what?
Who can blame us?
No,
That's us.
do you know what the reality is? You guys have got an interesting sort of perspective on things, right?
Yeah.
Self-involved.
Yeah.
No,
Self-aware.
self-aware, yeah,
Fucking
maybe.
narcissist,
Centered.
No, but the thing is, like, I'm just, I didn't think there'd be enough content there for an episode about me. So,
Aw.
wow.
You're lying.
No.
The shit you've done, Rob.
Yeah,
the
mate.
shit that you have done.
Preach it,
blows
sister. She's fucking speaking to the
mind.
Yeah.
You've like
lived 1,000 lives.
smuggled yourself into countries that you shouldn't be in. You've don't deny it.
I haven't said anything, but
The only reason he's not doing an episode is because he's scared of getting arrested after it.
Amen. Do you know what? That is probably the truth. And that adds to the mystery. Are we lying about that? Or is that true? Dun, dun, dun.
It's true.
Yeah, I know it's true. I know it's true. They might not know it's true.
To be fair, Rob, they have got valid points here.
You have more life experience than the three of us
Put together.
oh,
together.
here's the ageist jokes coming.
That's because you're old.
Yeah.
Well, so I picked Rob up earlier because I thought he lived around the corner, or he was staying around the corner from me. Turns out Gilvac isn't the same place as Glink.
There's also 2 Gilberts as well. Because I thought he was close.
So there's one by me then, isn't there?
I don't know. Because I made them sick for us. So probably right by me, I'll pick you up. Then I was like, that's 45 minutes away.
Yeah. Anyway, we got here early then because I picked him up, so we were here first.
Yeah.
And we were just chatting. And even then, like, I've known Rob now for, and been close to Rob for like nearly a year, maybe 8, 9 months. And he still blows my fucking mind.
Yeah.
Honestly. So don't sit there like there's just not enough content about
Honestly,
me.
I was telling him about,
We know you better
which
than yourself.
we'll come to if we actually end up going on to the subject today, about a holiday I've booked. Straight away, knew the place I was talking about, told me how lovely it was, had stories to tell me about there. I was like,
has met Beyonce.
I know.
Yes!
Wild.
Beyonce.
you just,
Blow my mind every day.
and you're so fucking humble about it, man.
Yeah,
I
and that's
love
what
it.
pisses me off, Rob. Because if I met Beyonce, that would be the first thing. This is all from love.
Pisses you off because what the fuck doesn't piss you off?
And honestly, no, we were talking about this today when we were on very angry as of late.
You are.
Very angry.
Do you
as of
know
late.
this one time at band camp?
Yeah.
Right. Not fully to that sense, but you know when Rob goes, this one time when I just think, go on then.
Go on, I lock in. I'm like, you
Take
fucking
me
go.
on the ride
Blow
with you.
my mind. But yeah, no, if I was you, Rob, if I met Beyonce, that'd be how I would introduce myself. Hiya, I'm Lucy, and one time I met Beyonce. That's how I would introduce myself at all
Beyonce.
times. Same with you, you fucker. You've met 2 out of the 3 Spider-Men. Shut the fuck up.
And I brag.
You don't. Not enough.
And
Not
Charlie's
enough,
met
my
Basil
friend.
Brush.
Upstaged. Upstaged Basil Ross, please.
Oh, that's how humble
Speak
Rob
correctly.
is. That's how humble Rob is. He's putting his interaction with Beyonce at the same part as fucking Basil Brush. And it's not
He didn't
wrong.
upstage Beyonce.
No, I didn't.
Neither did you.
Upstaged Basil Brush.
Yeah.
He did. He
I know you
did.
did.
He did.
Can't wait to release that footage one day.
Boom, boom.
Do we have it?
I found it.
Did you? Where to? I know.
Come on, cliffhangers.
Okay. Happy birthday, Rob. There's lots
Thank
to
But
talk about you. But
really,
you're a humble
please
guy.
do consider, if like one day we decide that we're going to bring the podcast to an end, for the finale episode, can you just,
The unveil.
yeah.
Oh, see, I don't know. I might be
He
setting
doesn't want
myself
to
up
commit
for
to
this.
something he doesn't
Of
want.
course he doesn't.
No, but we could do like
He's legally trained as well. Do you know what I mean? Look at him. He knows exactly what he's not getting himself into where.
I was more excited for your holiday to Bratislava than you were because I knew you'd come back with some fucking mental stories.
Yeah.
And he did.
boy, Joe,
And
he
yeah,
did.
he fucking did.
it was a
Never
good
known
time.
a man to negotiate a horse carriage ride. So we obviously were going to do an episode about Rob. He didn't want to because he's just such a humble fucker. So we were like, shit, in the interim, we need a subject to talk about. And so we're going to talk about going outside of our comfort zone, which I guess is something we kind of did by setting up this podcast.
Very.
I know the first few episodes, you girls didn't even like listening back to them, really, did you?
I
Because,
still do.
oh, sick. Nice to know that one of the hosts isn't even a listener.
I'm not. I don't
Like,
listen.
I only have to listen back because I need to know
To be
how
fair-
incriminated I was.
the last episode is the last time I've listened back and panicked.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm sat listening at 1 o'clock in the morning, yeah, knowing that my mother listens to every episode. Good old Snoop herself.
Yeah.
And I talk about licking someone out.
In the context of
A
she had
horrendous
tits
context.
like a spaniel's
Yeah.
ears, and he said, "That's fine. I won't have to reach so far up while I'm down there."
Outrageous. And I was
Outrageous.
like, shit, that can't go in.
Do you know what? When I
Sorry,
was
yeah.
editing the episode, that was one of the things that I thought, well, that's got to stay in. So can you imagine the stuff that we cut?
Yeah, that's so true.
Retrospectively, with all the feedback I had from it, fucking brilliant.
I had lots of people message me going, loved your rant about massive fannies.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Because I love that
I
rant.
think people are enjoying that we're going a bit more rogue in this
Yeah.
this second.
In fact, you said one of the funniest things that I've ever heard you say, and it's typical Ellouise comedic styling, and that's why I loved it. When we're on about the characters at the end, right at the end of the pod, I don't know whether you listened into that far, but I was like, oh, what was your your sexy character, Disney character when you were younger? And Rob says, oh, the Little Mermaid. And I go, with or without legs? And you go, easy with your answer. It's just classic you. That is you summed up. The way that you deliver your lines sometimes are fucking brilliant news. And that did make me titter.
I do think, we are funny fuckers sometimes.
We can be.
You can.
And the feedback, but honestly, the feedback that we've gone a bit more rogue with not worrying so much about what we say has been good. And we still haven't said anything that can get us sacked. Still haven't said anything that
Get us arrested.
But it's a prime example of the more comfortable we are with each other now, the more we're stepping outside of our comfort zone.
Yeah.
Although, the fact that Rob was like, that's got to stay in about you, on about whatever you was
It
getting
was the
up to.
Spaniels years, isn't
Yeah,
it?
the Spaniels, yeah. Does make me think, good God, what else are you going to put in next?
Yeah, but the example, he sent me something to ask him if it could stay in, and I was like, yeah, that's sound. So it just shows that different perspectives on things. And
Yeah.
I know it was something to do with my little boy, which I'm quite protective over anyway. And I said to you, I appreciated you reaching out to double check, but it is funny, isn't it? How one person might, because I messaged the group chat, didn't I? I said, fucking hell, this Spaniel's ear thing is mad.
We all knew exactly what you were on about.
But then I slept on it, woke up, and Georgia messaged me. She's like, I nearly choked on my fucking water.
Well,
on the bus
if you remember, Charles, I messaged you because you'd messaged the group chat to say, oh my God, this is the most unhinged fucking shit.
I know, I remember you saying that. And I remember thinking,
Fuck.
if Charlie said that,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
Because I just remember thinking, if Charlie thinks this is unhinged.
And my immediate thought was, oh shit, do you want me to pull the pod?
Yeah, he did offer to pull it and re-edit it. And I said, nah, don't be stupid.
Oh,
But-
well,
so-
here we are, guys. You
so
get
yeah.
what you get.
You do.
You do. But so, yeah, stepping out of your comfort zone, I think it's something as we come into our 30s that we would have done loads. And I think it's something, me personally, that I've enjoyed exploring recently about stepping out of comfort zone. It's something I really want to do is start making myself uncomfortable. I don't know if any of you have seen them, there's a team on YouTube called the Yes Theory who do this whole thing about seeking discomfort.
Love it. Love that. Yeah.
So I want to start doing shit that makes me uncomfortable because
Why?
because I'm not overly zealously confident,
Yeah.
but at the same time I'm not unconfident. So I think there's a lot of shit in life that I just don't worry about anymore. And listen, I've had a mad few years and I've been rebuilding myself loads. And I'm just at the point now where I find comfort in discomfort.
Okay.
And not in a bad way. I don't want to be back in the place where I was 5 years ago, driving down the wrong side of the road or anything. But I enjoy the discomfort of doing things that...
It's just such a wild thing to throw out there. I'm so sorry.
It is wild. I'm here for it because
Like,
it
it's
is.
being uncomfortable and then there's driving down the wrong side of the fucking road.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to fucking be back there.
No, neither do I want you to be.
But-
disclaimer.
No,
It's all right, it's all good
but
now.
I also don't just want to be living my life doing the same thing, waking up, going to work, playing football. Do you know, I want to do shit that kind of encourages that exploration, that adventure,
Yeah.
and you're just not going to get that in the valleys.
Okay.
So, for example, today, after speaking to one of my mates, she convinced me to book a solo trip.
I mean, I love that. I'm more for that.
Yeah, something that I've been saying. Funny enough, Anwin that was mentioned earlier did a solo trip recently.
weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah, and that's when I started speaking to her properly, and that's why I'm giving her fantasy football tips now.
Well, you know.
But I just rated the fact that she went away and she just documented this trip of her going on a solo trip, and I was like, I rate that so highly because that's something I'd love to do. But as somebody who comes across as confident, and a lot of people think that I'm this really confident person, the idea of going abroad for a few days absolutely buckles me and absolutely derails any thought process. Even to the point that when I was booking it earlier, I made an excuse why I would only go for 3 days instead of 4. And the excuse was that if I go from Thursday to Sunday and it's a weekend that I don't have my little boy, then I won't miss any time with him.
Yeah.
Instead of going Thursday to Monday, like the annual leave I've got booked off.
Yeah.
But now what I didn't think about with that excuse was that I'm flying at 6 o'clock in the morning, so I'd have to leave the day before anyway, so I will lose a day with him. But it's booked now, so I can't not do that. And I'm happy now, obviously, because if I had booked it to the Monday and then the 6 o'clock flight, I would have missed 2 days. But so I was already looking for excuses to make myself feel a little bit more comfortable about the fact that I'm going to be in a foreign country on my own.
Yeah.
I see
4
your
days.
booking in advance, and I raise you my more unhinged version of that. So when you said earlier about I've been wanting to go on a solo trip for ages, but again, just not got around to doing it.
Yeah.
You said I've booked it, and I was like, it's happening. So I just booked off a random week in November, and I'm not going to book anything until the day before.
But is just to be devil's advocate, I guess, and to bring a bit of debate into it.
Yeah.
Is that more unhinged? Because I'm not going until May. So I've booked 3 nights in Turkey in May.
Okay.
I now have to spend until May
Thinking about it.
What am I going What am I going to do while I'm there? And obviously,
But
it's
I
going to go
think-
one of two ways,
I
isn't
can
it?
give you a whole list of things to do. while
I'm
you're
fucking sure you can, my man. But
Yes.
I'm just going to get fucking fake Stone Island clothes, eat some food, and come home.
Yeah.
I think the point is, though, isn't I know you're saying let's debate this here, what's more unhinged. The whole point of stepping out your comfort zone is it's yours.
Oh no, yeah. So that's what I was going
Do
to
you
get
know
to.
what I mean?
So
Like it's
that's what I was going to get to. In my head, I would rather not have booked anything,
Yeah.
saved up the money, and just like go on a week in November. Bang!
because you're not committed
Yeah.
and you've got the option of not going.
However, I know I wouldn't save the money up if I didn't book it. Don't get me wrong, I had an EasyJet voucher, which made it a bit easier to book. But like, yes, like for you, that's more unhinged. But for me, the fact now that I have to plan and like, you know, I've told my little boy's mum about it, so now it's going to happen because obviously I could say to her, I'm not going now, but like I'm putting the things in place so that I can't get out of it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like I've told
I
the
love
boys
that
at
feel.
football, I'm going away this weekend in May.
Yeah.
Because then people will be like, oh, when are you off to Turkey then?
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
stuck in
Like,
my
head.
And what really cracked me up, sorry, I've just kicked the table. What really made me laugh was, so I've built myself up to plan this solo trip. And again, it shows like different people's like attitudes towards things. And it's not a criticism if this person's listening. I don't know if they do listen to the pod or not. But I put in the football chat, I said, oh, boys, any suggestions for, I'm going to Turkey for a few days. I'm going to take an empty suitcase, buy some fakes. Can anyone just like give me some suggestions of the best places to go for the decent fakes, innit?
Yeah.
And one of the boys was like, when you go in, I might book on.
No.
And I was like, I don't want to be that dickhead to be like, nah,
I have to do this.
I'm doing this on my own. So like the conversation went a bit, and then like obviously the boys are digging me out and like, I think it would be cheaper for you to just order the fakes from home. Spending all that money to get some fakes, probably
That's not where you're going.
may as well buy the real thing. I was like, nah, to be fair, boys, the fakes is a benefit. I'm going for a solo trip.
Yeah.
So I've made it clear then, innit? Like no one's invited. But even then, I pushing myself out of my comfort zone to be like,
Yeah, usually
Lads,
you're
this
people
is what I'm
pleaser,
lads,
saying.
yeah. And with ADHD, it's a huge thing trying
Come
to
on
like,
board, come on.
yeah. Oh yeah.
My one request was though, when I do just jet off to somewhere random, can I share my location with one of you so that you can check in
Share
on
it
me?
with
so that
both
I'm
of us
not
if
getting
you
Please
want.
do.
Yeah.
That would make me comfortable.
No, I will share my location with people because whilst yes, I'm going on holiday on my own, I want to be on a solo trip. I like people to know where I am.
Be safe.
Yeah, like obviously I hope I don't go missing, and
Yeah, me too.
But like,
Yeah,
if
no,
I fucking
but-
do, I'd like to share my location with someone.
No, I think it's wise.
Do you think we can get a few podcasts just recorded before you go?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Just in case.
And we can use the editing magic for me to be like, and now I believe in the pod now because I haven't come back from Turkey. Got involved with some Turkish mafia whilst trying to buy a Stone Island hoodie and have unfortunately ended up missing.
I think we got so much of your voice that we can just like
AI.
keep you going
Yeah,
for a
yeah.
long time.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, so stepping outside your comfort zone is something big. I think it's a really good conversation. You had a story earlier, which I stopped you telling because I want you to tell it now about how you put yourself
it's
out of
not
your
really
comfort
my
zone.
comfort
So
zone.
let's go.
Like, it's so weird. Like with like I don't know what my comfort zone is because I'm quite happy talking in front of people. I'm like, there's certain things that I won't do, but I don't really. It's taken me a long time to get familiar with my boundaries, and so I don't like stepping out of them because.
You know they are.
I've put them up for a reason.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's taken me a long time. But I did kind of push myself the other day. We went to like this musical sing-along night thing in Porters in Cardiff, which is sick, by the way. If you're into musicals and you're in Cardiff, you should go.
So jealous.
It's such a sick night. And they do this thing. It was the sing-along one. So they chucked all these names into like this ring and this wheel, and then if your name came up, generator, and if your name came up, it was your turn to sing. Anyway, there was like loads of people who wanted to sing. Me and Ridian's my husband, we were both on it, and we were like, it got to like 11:30 at night, and we were like, oh, we're definitely not gonna end up singing. Now the thing about me, after I sing like a few songs, my voice goes like completely. So I started going nuts, like wooing and going nuts, and then it got to like midnight. And I was the last song that they picked.
Oh, the encore.
And I'm not going to lie, guys. I broke the entire way through the entire song. There's shocking clips of me singing. And I turned around to the audience and went, well, it's a fucking duet now. Singing with me. Because it's the worst thing I've ever put out there in my life. And it was my Charlie moment with Tiny Temper.
Do you know what really hurts me about that as well is that you are such a good singer, such a good performer. Like, you genuinely are, and I know you hate hearing compliments, but
Well,
you
I'm
are
not a good
fucking
rapper.
amazing.
No,
I mean, you're
amazing.
great. But that really breaks my heart because I know you would have brought the house down if you just had the lung capacity to do so.
Oh God, it was shocking. And Ridian afterwards was really trying to convince me. And then
You didn't fuck it, babe, honestly.
I
It's good.
was so uncomfortable. You know how I feel about the podcast and don't listen to it. So this was like last week, and I only just built up the courage to listen to the video of me. And I got to one bit and it just went, I was like, no more. So
that
so
breaks
that was
my
my
heart.
comfort zone broken. And I was up there and I had a conversation with myself today that I was like, you know what, Elle, you got to stop cringing. You got to stop living in the uncomfortable and get comfortable with the uncomfortable. That's what I mean.
That's
like,
what, like,
There's
yeah.
that thing, isn't it, where I can't remember the exact phrase, but it's like, it's only embarrassing if you're embarrassed. So, like...
Yeah, but that can get feral.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
There's limits. So,
No,
it depends on it's like how you portray it. I'm very much a person that I like to be in control of a
Yeah.
situation. So if I do something that's absolutely ridiculous, like I will post like really, really strange things to like my public stories. And that's fine because I post them and I'm in control of that. But if somebody took a video of me and then put it online, I'd be really upset about that.
We've
Stop
talked about
it.
this before.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
like it because I like to be in control of the situation because I've chose to be cringe. Don't catch me off guard being cringe because then people don't know it's a joke. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. Well, like you said, everyone's got different levels as well. Like, I think it'd take a lot for me to be embarrassed, but then I think I can also get embarrassed really quickly depending on what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think when your friends know what embarrasses you, then it's a bit different to banter because like the boys know how to get a nibble out of me, and when they want to get a nibble, they will get a nibble.
Yeah.
But they would never purposefully go out to embarrass me.
In a weird, what triggers it though? Like sometimes you can be totally fine, and then something will just trigger you, and you go, "Oh, I'm not comfortable with that. I'm
Yeah.
not comfortable with that comment."
Well, so
Like-
a good example, like for me, and I think we spoke about this in the body image episode before, right? So like, obviously I'm on this weight loss journey. Ever since I started playing football at Man v Fat, I've always been comfortable. So I got this really weird thing, yeah. I don't know if it's weird, but so even now I'm like trying to justify something in case it is weird. And like,
Yeah.
I got this thing where if I'm in public, sound, I don't mind being dressed. Do you know at home, I never have a top on?
Yeah.
Like, I just prefer to, if I could walk around just in my boxers,
Yeah.
sound, happy days. I only get dressed for other people, right?
Have you
But-
ever thought of joining a nudist colony?
Yeah, but I'm not confident enough about my body. So this is where I'm getting
I
with
was
the
just
point,
joking. I
right?
wasn't really wanting you to join.
No, but so this is where I'm going with
Yeah.
it, right? What I hate even more than clothes, like, I don't mind that I'm wearing a t-shirt now, but you know, as soon as I get home, it's coming off, yeah?
Yeah.
What I hate more than just wearing a t-shirt is wearing sweaty clothes. So like my housemates have pointed out how often I get changed. So like in the summer, I'll have like 4 or 5 different outfits in a day
Yeah.
because I just hate the feeling of sweaty clothes. And as a bigger boy, I sweat more.
And once it's sweaty, there's no going back.
Yeah.
That's it then.
So like when I play football for like 28 minutes or 90 minutes, depending on the length of the game, I'm wearing this top. I'm sweating my bollocks off because I've drunk pre-workout before the game.
Yeah.
Like I'm, you know, when I take my football top off, it is drenched. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as soon as a game finishes, and if none of you have ever come to watch me play, but like every game I've ever played.
You will.
No. I'm not saying that to dig you out, but like
No, but we will.
We will.
We should.
every game that I play, as soon as I come off the pitch, obviously if it's 11 aside, we do rolling subs, so you're on, off, you're on, off.
Yeah.
As soon as the final whistle goes, before I'm even off the pitch, I take my top off. And because I've always done it around other people that play Man v Fat,
Yeah.
I have no problem taking my top off.
Yeah.
And like, it's sound, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then like, I'll go to the beach with my family on a family holiday,
That's mad.
and then I'm like sat in my t-shirt, sweating my bollocks off because
You want
there's
to-
other people around and I'm conscious about my
And
body.
you're uncomfortable because you're
Yeah,
in a sweaty
yeah.
top.
Or like when we was on the campsite, I'd put a t-shirt on to come outside. Whereas if I was round, let's say we went camping, I'd probably day one be a bit, I don't know. But as soon as I took my top off, I'd be sound
Yeah.
because it's people I'm comfortable around.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
and then
You'd
is it
see
that,
me
like,
bopping around and be like, all right.
no, but do you know what I mean? Like, we've had the conversation about your leg
Yeah.
before, where like it depends on the day of the week.
yeah.
Like I go to football on a Friday, we have to weigh in before we play, yeah?
Yeah.
And like the other week, to get because you score points for every time you lose weight, to get a 0.1 loss, when really I knew I'd eaten shit for 2 weeks, I hadn't been on a diet, but I wanted to get a 0.1 loss to win, yeah? I stripped off naked,
Yeah.
right? And I'm stood there with my balls in my hand,
Gotta do what we gotta do.
right?
Yeah, you gotta do.
But every week I wear my boxers, and that doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But if all of a sudden it was in a different scenario, say it was at work and they were like, oh, let's weigh. And I know
Absolutely
I'm
not.
obviously speaking theoretically because
No,
I
I
wouldn't
totally
strip
get
to
what
my
you're
boxers
saying.
and work anyway. But like, if we had a competition in work, there's no way I'd be stood in a room, even if it was just me and my manager, in my boxers to get the loss. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I know what you're trying
so
to
it's
say.
funny how like, it's one thing, it's my body, but depending on the situation, how much discomfort you get as well.
Yeah, and it totally depends. Like there is such a thing about the people around. We've always talked about this, the people around you and being around people that you feel comfortable to be uncomfortable with. But I don't know, it's weird with comfort, like stepping out your comfort zone. It's like I just don't know. Well, I do know what mine would be. It would be me going out. It'd be me going to like a wedding or something in a short dress.
Okay.
That would be my comfort zone. Never done it. That's
Okay.
out my comfort
Do
zone.
you know what would be a really cool bit of content?
What?
I'm just thinking out loud and feel free to say no. We should, and I'm not saying we should do this today, tomorrow, whatever, right? We should all come up with something that would put us out of our comfort zone.
Like a goal.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I know like for me, stand-up comedy, everyone says I'd be brilliant at it. I'd be so uncomfortable doing it.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be the one I'd do. But like we all pick like a small thing where we put ourselves out of our comfort zone and we, one episode at a time, just support each other
Sure.
and show that transition from us going, this would be it, to this is us doing it.
Yeah.
A little 5-minute clip.
I think that'll be a great YouTube sort of
Yeah.
journey thing.
And then we can obviously have a pod talking about it
Yeah,
after
for
then.
sure.
And I think there's a difference. There's a difference, and you need to accept there's a difference between pushing your comfort zone, but also knowing your boundaries.
Yes.
Because it is okay to say no to things that you don't want to do and that you are uncomfortable with.
Yeah.
And it took me a long time to get familiar with my boundaries and actually saying no to people. Because I
Yeah.
am, and maybe you don't know this as much as it was, you still might know it a little bit, but previously a massive people pleaser. I would say yes to everyone and everything, and I'll do this and I'll take you there, and in the next hour I'll do this for that person. And I used to stretch myself so thin that it's taken me a long time to get comfortable with having the uncomfortable conversation of no. Do you know what I mean?
We went through that slightly together because if you remember, I helped you through something.
Oh my God.
And it was such a small task. It was something so small,
oh my God,
right?
I remember.
And I mean this, I don't mean this in a nasty way, but the place that you were meant to be going that you really didn't have the capacity to go to, it wouldn't have mattered whether you were there or not, right?
No,
you
it was
taking
so
anyone,
minuscule.
Yeah, she wasn't taking anyone. It wasn't like a close person to her, but she'd said yes to something, and then a couple of weeks in the line, I was like, oh my God, if I go there, I'm gonna have to leave like after half an hour and then go somewhere else. And I helped you draft the world's longest message. Because I got what you were on about. I totally understand it. You've committed to something. You said yes, not thinking. And you just, and she wrote this massive message. And I think the person who come back was like, yeah, no stress, you know, fine. And
So little.
That's why you didn't come to my birthday party.
If you remember, I was there.
You were there. You were the only one.
I wasn't.
there.
But yeah, so I totally get that. And it was heartbreaking to watch because I was like, this person on the other end doesn't know what you're currently going through, and probably it's not going to impact them as much as you think it will.
I know.
And that's not me being like, Ellouise, like,
No,
you're not a big deal. Because you, like, if you said you were coming over, like, I don't know, if we were going to do something and then you cancel plans, that would impact me greatly. But I would understand. Do you know what I mean?
No, I know.
Like, I would understand,
It's mad,
and I would
isn't
totally
it?
be able to, and I think you would be comfortable to cancel plans with me.
That's kind of like, I think we spoke about it before, is that the concept of the spotlight theory. Like you think that you're so important to everybody. And like, no, like I don't mean that in a dickhead way. Like, because,
I know.
Because I get it all the time where I think, oh, fucking hell. Like I don't like going to Cardiff, right? I don't like going out in Cardiff because I don't want to bump into people from former lives because just...
When you say formalized, it kind of made me think that you were very spiritual and you had like...
No, but like...
I know what you're
from the
saying.
1800s.
I'm just living a
Past
different
in your
life
life,
now. Yeah, like... I live in quite a quiet life and that. And I did used to live a mad life. I used to be a club promoter and stuff like that. So like, I just hate going out in Cardiff because of that.
Yeah.
But actually, every time I've been out in Cardiff, I've either seen people I know and just been like, oh, you're right. Or
really not
not.
bad,
Yeah, like it's because no one else really gives a fuck.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. Or like you walk around the shop and you think, like, oh, fuck, like, do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? No one cares, man.
I lost my address today. I purposely didn't click and collect in Asda's. I turned up looking like shit because I was like, I'm just doing click and collect. And I get to the machine and they say, oh no, it's not working. You have to come in store, fuming.
Oh, mate.
Absolutely.
But
Oh,
we should
mate,
do...
that's
That is not... I'd complain. You probably get a £10 voucher.
Would you like to send you a letter
But like,
on your behalf?
that's... Little things like that, though, is such a good way of, like, getting out your comfort zone. So, like,
Yeah.
I've been looking up this thing like rejection therapy. So I know it's a thing with ADHD is, like, that massive fear of rejection. And I guess, like, something I've massively struggled with is, like, oh, what if they say no? Well, if they say no, that's the worst thing they can do.
I always
like,
say that. The worst thing
The
that
worst
be
they can
said
say is no. And, like, what are you worried about? Your ego being a bit hurt because someone said no to you.
Yeah.
And, like, don't get me wrong, I deal with rejection a lot better now than I do in the past. Do you know what I mean? But, like, there's this girl on TikTok that does a lot of it. Like, she just... But what really upsets me about her doing it is, like, she went into a pizza shop and was like, oh, can I make my own pizza, please? And they're like, yeah, go on. And, like, she's meant to be getting this rejection therapy, but everyone keeps saying yes to her. So she's doing some sick shit.
Yeah.
But again, it shows that actually if you step out of your comfort zone, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know how far something can go.
Yeah.
Like...
And it is important to kind of feel yourself out. I'm trying to say that non-sexually.
No, I know what you meant.
To kind of, try and figure out what you're comfortable with, what you're uncomfortable with, whether that's an acceptable thing to kind of push.
Well,
or
like...
not. If it's going to benefit you, do it.
A really good example of, like, you don't know until you put it out there. Like the kickabouts that I did at work.
Yeah.
Literally, we was doing a Euros event at work and I was like, I'm going to try and organise a kickabout. All I need to do is get 10 people involved and then we'll look for a pitch once people are involved. That's evolved from a kickabout to celebrate the Euros to a weekly kickabout with 18 people coming every week. And we actually now have an 11-a-side football team that are having their first game on Sunday.
Oh,
And so,
Is
like,
that the one we
I
should come
love
and watch?
Yeah. But do you know what I mean? It's like, and I held off pushing that out loads because I thought, just because I want to play a game of football doesn't mean that anyone else is going to want to. When actually, we've got 700 people that work in our company. There's going to be 15 people, there's 25 people that want to play a game of football.
But I think I can sort of relate to what you guys are saying about going outside of your comfort zone.
Can you fuck?
No,
You haven't got a comfort zone to go out of.
Listen to me.
No, go on,
Hear
Rob.
me out. Okay. So I think on my WhatsApp, there was once a status, I don't know if it's still there, about, adventure exists outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And I strongly believe that's something I try to live by.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone knows that one of my hobbies is photography.
Yeah.
And that came about from one of my other hobbies, which Charlie's alluded to before, is abandoned building. Not porn, no.
Go on.
Sorry.
Please continue.
One of my other hobbies, which is exploring abandoned buildings.
Yes.
That in itself was something that I pushed myself to do for that sense of adventure and sometimes security chases, but we roll with it. But then my love for photography stemmed from that. And then I thought, let's take some photos of people. But there is nothing more intimidating than when you're on a set with a professional model who are expecting you to direct them. That is terrifying when you first start.
So uncomfortable.
I fucking hate to do work experience with you, Rob.
Push it.
I get really uncomfortable with clothes on too. Listen, if it makes you more comfortable. I don't mind it. We could all strip off.
You know what though? Only Rob. This is why I love you, Rob, because only you
I
can
was being very genuine.
I know
there.
that's such a genuine, wholesome story, and you're there, and the fact that it just ends with, and I'm here with this model, and I have to direct it. And no one else's stories are like that. I was
Shit,
like,
man, I wish that was my uncomfortable moment.
our stories are like, I don't like taking my top off, or I wouldn't.
I hate
dress
telling
like
a
this.
woman how to hold her tits. Yeah, lovely. Lift that left lip up a little bit. It's just that angle on the light. Oh, that's the one.
Oh, wow.
Or am I barking up the wrong tree, Rob?
This is just so Rob, isn't it? Though, like,
it is.
It's just the most heartfelt, wholesome story, and
I think the main thing is about Rob as well is that his tone of voice. He's so calming. You could quite simply direct me into oncoming traffic, and I'd go, "Well, Rob told me to," and clearly he's saying it with such a
There's a car
wonderfully
coming now.
calm
Probably
tone.
best time to step out.
you just lift your right tit. But yeah, no, only Rob can do like a really calming.
The whole thing's
story
getting
and
cut. He's not going to have me saying move your left tip here. The man has all the control in the world.
You are going to leave that in.
No, he's not.
It is funny.
Oh, Producer Priddle, right? We could have just exposed him for the last 15 minutes, and all you hear is bam, 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 and then on to the next. The council count will be out, and then bang.
No, but I just want the listeners to know that
I did not have sexual relations with that.
No, so I just want the listeners to know that I was genuinely trying to relate there.
Yeah.
Because the situations I find myself in might be a bit unconventional.
Yeah.
But I intentionally put myself in that situation to overcome
bet you
a
do.
particular...
And I love that about you.
Yeah.
I would love to have the level of confidence in my seeking of uncomfortability or discomfort.
I think what we should start doing is playing a game of what side quest is Rob doing today? And it'll always be something wild. You'll always be somewhere wild with somebody wild doing something
that's
really
obviously
unhinged. And I love that.
That's the name of the little series we do is...
Rob side quest.
No, just side quests.
Yeah.
Where we all seek discomfort in something.
Okay. Yeah.
But I want to go on an Urban X with you.
Mm-hmm.
That would put me in an uncomfortable position.
Yeah.
I think I'd really enjoy it, but I'd be shitting myself.
Mm-hmm.
And at least I know it ain't a horror maze.
You are coming to a horror maze with me this October, though.
Oh my God, yes. Well, you
No,
need
and I
to
will.
you need to tell me the dates.
I'll do anything like that for the content.
And
But
with you guys, I do.
I will
appreciate it.
fucking hate it.
Yeah.
I think I'd enjoy an urban exploration.
I'm just trying to work out what my thing is, what my uncomfortable thing is.
Go on.
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to work out.
You know, I don't think I know mine until it happens.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know mine.
Obviously, like I could say, like, taking my top off around certain people, but like, what would be my uncomfortable
Spiders.
hobby? No, but that's just a fear, right? Is that a phobia?
Yeah. Speaking of spiders, I was in work yesterday.
it.
Oh my God, it crawled up my arm. I thought it was my hair. And then by the time I got to like my shoulder, it was on my neck. And then I swatted it onto the bed and it did this.
Stop it!
And looked at me. And I didn't have a weapon, so I gently smothered it with a pillow to death.
Oh my God.
I'll go in shh.
So, what, are you trying to think what your uncomfortable thing would be if we were to do content about it? Or,
Yeah, like I just
well,
don't
surely
know.
it'd be like the dress thing you were saying, or
Yeah.
like maybe doing a photo shoot
No.
in a
No, that's too uncomfortable.
no, not a fucking Rob Priddle photo shoot.
Oh.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Oh, cut that one out. Yeah.
You have to pick one for me because I don't know. I don't know what mine is.
So the thing with you, Luce, is I think you put yourself in uncomfortable positions a lot of the time. No.
What do you mean?
No, I'm not saying this in a horrible way.
No, I don't know what I'm doing.
I think,
so what am I doing?
no. There we are. You doubt yourself, and therefore you put yourself in uncomfortable positions.
Oh.
I think you either need to do one of two things, yeah? You either need to put yourself in positions where you believe in yourself more,
No, I won't be doing that.
or just fake it till you make it. I guess there's only one thing you can do. Like, either lower your expectations of yourself, and then lower your expectations of yourself. So like, but you could do that in two ways. Either accept you are actually where you're supposed to be, or go and do a job where you are entry level, but you're content in the fact that you should be there, because there's no reason why you shouldn't be where you are, but you doubt yourself so much, and then you're like, oh no, well, I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know what I'm doing there. But like, so you put yourself in such uncomfortable positions. But then
Are you saying I'm my own worst enemy? Because that sounds about right.
Yeah, absolutely.
That sounds like imposter syndrome, though, doesn't it?
Is that what it is?
Of course it is. Yeah,
And I think we can all experience
got
it.
that.
we've all got it. We've all have imposter
that?
syndrome.
Oh God.
That's a whole episode in itself.
Yeah, we'll talk about
Oh,
that. But
Is it?
basically in a nutshell, I think it is. It's basically where you feel like you're an imposter. So I feel like I'm a teenager and I'm doing all this adulting shit, but I shouldn't be doing it because I'm not qualified. I shouldn't be married because I'm way too young in my head, but I'm not. I shouldn't be doing the job I'm doing because I don't actually know what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean?
Oh
like
my God.
that's imposter. You feel like an
So-
imposter.
Yeah, like, it's like with me, do you know when people tell me, I'm aware that I make people laugh, but do I think I'm funny? No. That's probably why I haven't done stand-up. But if actually I think of funny shit all the time, and like our mate Ben always says, oh, you'd be so good at stand-up. And I think he's just blowing hot air up my ass.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like if people around me, even though I don't tell my friends lies, right? But I think everyone's lying to me. So I would need that confirmed by just random strangers if I was good at something or not.
Like, I think the only thing
You know?
I don't have imposter syndrome on is parenting.
Mm.
Like, I know I'm a good dad.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, whereas like, I think a lot of other things, like, I do get it. It's like, you know, like with football, right? So recently I've changed position at football. I've gone from being a striker to a defender, which probably means fuck all to you, right?
Well, we'll see on Sunday now when
But,
we know what we're talking about, don't I?
But like, so like in training, I'm like, oh, I don't know how I'm doing. And then like, people are like, nah, you're solid at the back. Like, you've done so well. And I just think, are you just saying that because you don't want me to play up front anymore? Rather than being like, oh, nice one. Yeah, I'm playing better in defence than I was up front.
You're only saying that
Instantly, I
because of
go to, so you think it's damage limitation. And if you put me in defence, like, I'm still shit in defence, but I'm not as shit as I was up top.
Yeah.
But when actually, for quite a few seasons, I was like one of the top goal scorers. So I must have been at least okay at being up top.
Yeah, exactly. We're all our own worst critics. aren't
Yeah,
we? So-
but like I had it a lot at work. I don't as much now, but like you doubt yourself and what you're doing, or like you don't Elle said, you don't think you should be where you are with things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah, every day. Is that what I got? Imposter syndrome. Add to the list.
100%.
Yeah.
Really
I'm like
nice.
with the shows that I audition for, I don't think.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's a perfect
I
example.
don't think I should. I don't think I'm good enough to be in those shows.
Blows my mind because I'm like,
Because you
I
can
want you.
see it.
Yeah, because I want you to be all the parts.
that's-
One woman
that's
show,
imposters.
just you on stage.
But
That's
like-
how I feel.
But it's mad because you'll never feel with imposter syndrome. You'll never feel
Good enough.
good enough. Yeah, or
It's
qualified
like,
or
right, so it's
anything.
like,
Oh, you're wonderful on the stage. Please never ever leave. Thank you.
it's like because I fucking shoot for the stars when it comes to the dating world, right? Like, you know how fucking picky I am.
Yeah.
If I was to match someone and be like, oh my God, I actually like this person, and then they like me back, the imposter syndrome kicks in and I'm like, why would they?
Oh,
Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so that's a prime example of imposter syndrome. Is like, you're like, well, how the fuck have I managed to get here?
Yeah.
Like, listen, I sit in meetings sometimes at work with directors of the business, right? And I'm like, huh?
I shouldn't be here.
What?
Yeah.
But realistically, I've worked at the company nearly 4 years, and I worked my way up quite quickly. They wouldn't have let me do that if I wasn't capable.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be sat in these meetings
Yeah.
if I weren't capable. And I obviously, I've told myself that now, and I believe that, and maybe that's a bit dangerous then, on the opposite side of imposter syndrome
Yeah.
to some extent. But it is like, you know, like, if this podcast was to blow up now, we'd probably all be like, but why do they want to listen to us chat shit?
I do think, though, that a healthy dose of imposter syndrome helps to keep us grounded.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, and if anybody needs grounding, come my way. I'm really good at it.
Yeah.
I'm on the fucking floor.
It's like, listen, I'm the same, like with everything, like with weight loss, or if, like, I beat myself up sometimes if I put a kilo on, right? I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. And in my body that week, I feel fucking
Oh
heavy,
my God,
right?
that's so true.
But like,
Yeah. Because you know, if you hadn't seen that number, you wouldn't have known.
That's like me when I eat a takeaway. I think I can feel it. Like, do you know what I mean?
I'm going to step outside and everyone's going to know that I smashed a takeaway last
Yeah.
night. Yeah. Oh, that's wild, isn't it?
if we look at my weight loss since the start of my journey, right? So say I put a kilo on tomorrow when I weigh in and I'm like, oh my God, you fat fucker. Da, da, da. I haven't put on the other 50 kilos that I've lost.
Exactly. It's,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like,
perspective in it.
yeah. So obviously there's that. It's good that I'm having the thing of, oh my God, I can't believe you put a kilo on, because because it means I don't want to get back up there. So that imposter syndrome there is healthy.
Like you said, a healthy one, yeah.
But it's also healthy that I'm able to say,
What?
Yeah.
you still, do you know what I mean? And like,
Balance is all about the balance.
yeah, like I beat myself up about the fact that as much as you girls say I look like I've lost weight, actually since we started this podcast, I haven't lost any weight on the scales.
That is you.
No, of course.
You have morphed though.
Yeah, my body has changed shape.
Yeah.
And like, not saying it was her fault or it was a lot of situations going on at that time.
Yeah.
But from like December last year, October last year to, or still now, like I've put like 12 kilos, 13 kilos on from my lightest that I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like in my head then I'm thinking, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
When I look at it, like I say, look at the grand scheme of things, yeah, I had lost 65 kilos. I've still lost 50.
Exactly.
Like in the grand scheme of things, the
Yeah.
imposter syndrome goes away.
Yeah. I was speaking to Adam the other day about my photography. And we are all our worst critics. And he was like, oh, you know, you should charge. And I'm like, no, it's a hobby.
Yeah, I've said you should charge.
But,
Yeah, you should.
But part of that, I'm my worst critic, and I always feel like I can improve on something.
Yeah.
And as soon as I start charging for it, there's an expectation of a standard that I
Yeah.
Yes, such a grounded approach to that, Rob.
Yes.
Yeah. So if I can keep her as a hobby, then my expectations can be kept low, and the pressure and the expectations placed upon me.
So that is, I totally get where you're coming from, because I completely resonate with it. However, you got through people who were telling you that you are more than capable, and that is coming out of your comfort zone.
But then
it would
that
to
comes
do
back
that.
to what Charlie was saying.
Yeah.
Well, there's people just blowing hot smoke at
No,
Mars.
they're not.
No, yeah, I
Yeah.
get that
I know what you're saying, but I
Okay.
just wish you knew that
But
we're
as
not.
someone who's asked you to do work and you've produced work for, I can tell you we would have paid for that.
Yeah,
Oh, well, how many times have we said, as soon as this podcast makes money,
it's all
enough money to put someone on the payroll,
It's all
it's
Priddle.
you. Like,
Yeah.
And that's coming from someone that would love to do something like this as a full-time job.
Yeah.
I would absolutely love to be my job being a presenter or
Content creator.
hosted. Yeah, not necessarily a content creator. Maybe a YouTuber, maybe a podcaster, maybe have my own radio show.
Mine's radio. I've always wanted to do radio.
Script writing.
But like, regardless of any of that, and if this was quote unquote my dream job, I would still rather pay you first.
Yeah.
Because you are the main cog in this.
Yeah.
I know we had this conversation earlier off camera, but like, as much as we turn up, sit and chat shit for a couple of hours, the hours you put in to make us seem funnier than we actually are.
Yeah, but you guys bring the personality and the energy, whereas I'm a bit more reserved and a bit...
The Enigma, the mystery.
Yeah.
The Enigma.
The Enigma.
Oh my God.
Isn't that a Darren Brown special?
I don't know, but that's what we're going to call you from now on.
Yeah, you definitely will be the first on payroll, Rob.
Yeah.
Just so it's out there. But if anyone does want to give me a job as a presenter or a radio host,
Then call me.
You can reach out to our socials. Me and Ellouise are free anytime. We do unfortunately have to bring Lucy with us.
I like writing scripts. That's what I want to do. That's my dream job.
We don't let her talk much.
No.
Yeah.
No, you want to see how much shit they cut out, and that's fair.
And we do
she's
come with
sick.
our own producer.
We do.
That would be ideal. wouldn't it?
While we're
Enigma.
on the topic then, they can follow me my photography page,
Yeah.
which is at RP Imaging.
Yeah.
No titties on there though.
No.
I am conscious of time though. We've absolutely chatted loads of shit here, and Rob is already gonna struggle to edit this.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna wrap it up there. Quite unprompted today on what we're gonna do. Next episode is about phobias, and then we're gonna be doing an episode on confessions.
These
This
are
is
my
my
confessions.
confessions.
Just what is... I can't wait to see that the whole way through.
Keep an eye out on the socials, because for the confessions, I do want to get some anonymous confessions for us to discuss.
And phobias.
I'm just trying to work out how people can submit them anonymously, because if you just put a question up on Instagram, we know who's asked the question.
Oh, yeah.
They could text in using
Text service.
Yeah,
our
we'll
text
just-
service.
They
because we only get, just for the listeners' benefit, we only get the last 3 digits of their numbers. So
Someone did ask me, they say, do they come up anonymous? And I said, yes, but I was unsure. Sorry, Jade.
Yeah, they do. We don't know who sent
Yes, anyway.
Yes.
But yeah, so we'll work our way out of getting the confessions in.
Cool.
Hope you enjoyed that pod. I know it's a bit all over the place, unless Rob's edited it amazingly, and then it probably
always
isn't.
does.
He always does, yeah. Shout out to my mum, who is currently eating weed brownies in Santorini. Snoop Doggy Dogg. Give us a follow on the socials. Talk 30 to me podcast. 30 for the 30, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you, girls.
Thank you, Charlie.
Hey.